Welcome to DMCA Game. I'm your host, D-Mac, and here we believe games is a lifestyle, not a hobby. And today we'll give you an update on the controversy surrounding PewDiePie. Now, if you haven't heard about this, I'm going to give you a recap. I don't see how you haven't, though. It's been all over social media. A dozen articles have been printed on it. But if you have been living under a rock or you fell into a black hole somewhere, I'll go ahead and give you a recap of what's happening with PewDiePie. PewDiePie did a live stream about 3 or 4 days of playing PlayerUnknown Battleground. And he was on a live stream with his friend, and 3 million people or more was watching this live stream. Now, in this live stream, if you want to check out the footage, I think it's still up. You should check it out. It's hilarious. He is really terrible at first-person shooters, especially in a multiplayer setting. It's really terrible. But he was having a hard time. Him and his friend was getting their butts handed to him. And out of frustration of him losing during the match, he said a racial slur in his live stream. That upset so many people in the YouTube community and on Twitter. I mean, it upset millions of people around the world because right after the live stream ended, a lot of people was on Twitter talking about him. He said derogatory terms towards him, saying that he's going to run on YouTube. A lot of YouTube creators was upset with him and said we tired of his stupidity. He's always making dumb mistakes. He should know better. He should learn from the last controversy that was surrounding him. It's just a big mess. And other half for the YouTube community, the gaming community, feel like we really don't care. It's not a big deal. He made a mistake. It's just a word. If you don't get the word power, it has no real meaning. It's a bunch of he say stuff. And if you want to know my opinion about it, I did a video about it a couple days ago, and I'll leave the link to the video in the description before you check out. But before you check out that video, you need to hear this first. I need to recant on some of the statements I made on that video because I was misinformed. And I don't like giving misinformed information, so I need to recant on a couple of the statements I made in my last video. And those statements were that Campo Santo don't have any legal legs to stand on. They have no legal right to go in and DMCA any of PewDiePie's Let's Play videos on Firewatch. Them videos was done a year ago. They made their money on it. He made his money on it. It's been done. It needs to be left alone. They don't need to be sticking their nose in business that they have no legal right to. And that's how I felt, and a majority of the YouTube community felt the same way because if they did this to PewDiePie, they can do it to any one of us. And then I was online today doing some research on another video, and I ran across some articles, one from Polygon, and each of the articles that I'm talking about in this video, I'm going to leave a link to the article in the description below for you to check out as well, so you can check my sources out. So Polygon had articles saying that YouTube has accepted Campo Santo's copyright strike on PewDiePie's Let's Play Firewatch videos. So as of today, them videos have been taken down off of YouTube, so you can no longer see them right now. And when I seen this, I'm like, they're really gonna go ahead and DMCA his videos. Wow, they're gonna be in a lot of trouble. So I decided to see how much trouble they're getting. I did some research, listened to some podcasts with lawyers on it, talking about the whole situation, how copyrights work, and how the law sees copyright content, how fair use applies in these situations. And I come to find out that I was wrong. Like a majority of the YouTubers that said that they can't win this, they're wrong. They're gonna lose this case, and they're gonna fall flat on their face. We are all wrong. Campo Santo right now is laughing at us because we are dumb. We don't know a lot about the legal parts of this business, and we need to learn it. So in this video, I'm going to say to you guys, anybody that's doing YouTube content, you need to learn your rights and what you are able to do and what you can't do. And when you do something that you have no legal standing on, you need to be prepared for the consequences. Because in these articles I was reading, it was saying that even though Campo Santo had a website stating that they will give us a license to use their content and monetize their content, they did not say that they would not. They did not say that they can't revoke our license, and that's what this is all about. This is what it's all about. Even though they gave us a license to use their content, if they feel that we are misusing their content or our personality or our brand is negative on their content, they have every legal right to revoke our license use of their content. And this is what's going on with PewDiePie. Even though they said that everyone can use this content on the live stream, they can even monetize their content. If they feel that we are jeopardy to their brand and to their persona in the game industry, they have every legal right to revoke our license. which keeps us from using their content at all, and that's why it's infringement now because because PewDiePie is not allowed to use this content, and even though he done this content a year ago, they still have the legal rights to DMCA his content because he has no legal right to use their content, and that's just the way it is. Don't matter if it's morally wrong or not, it's legally right, and because it's legally right, they can do it, and there's nothing we can say or nothing we can do about it. Well, I know what you guys are gonna say. Well, D-Mac, can't he fight this? Like H3 fought and won using a fair use defense? Yes, because his video was actually transformative. There's no judge in the United States is going to see a Let's Play as transformative. I don't care if you do a how-to Let's Play or do a Let's Play review. It's still not transformative enough for them to justify fair use, and that's just the way it is. You don't have to like it. You can argue me up and down. You can say I'm an idiot. You can call me all kinds of names. You can blow up my YouTube channel, but that's just the way it is. No matter how we look at it, the law is the law, and because the law is placed in this way, we have no legal right to fight it because we cannot win. We can try it, we can attempt to fight it, but we're going to lose every time. And I think PewDiePie knows this. And I think that he knows that he can't fight this. He knows there's nothing he can do but sit here and take what the developers of Firewatch is doing. He can't fight Campo Santo on this because he know that they have every legal right, and he has no legal rights to this content at all because it's infringement. Because he was using their content at one point, which he had a license to use, but after they revoked his license, he could not use his content anymore because he was still using it. Because his content was still on his channel, that means it was still in circulation. That means people still can view and comment on his channel, and he was still making revenue from these videos. Even now, from a year ago, it's still considered infringement, and they can still stop him from making any more money on their content. Even though they stated on their Twitter that the videos made over 7 million views a piece, and they got a lot of revenue from his videos on their game, they still have every legal right to go in and DMCA his content. And there's nothing he can do, or I can do, or any of us can do in the YouTube community. And a lot of YouTubers are afraid of this, and they feel like that this could hurt all YouTube creators, especially YouTube creators that make game content. No, it doesn't affect us because they're only going after PewDiePie because of his behavior on his live stream. Is it right for them to go after his behavior and take away his content because of his behavior? No, it's not morally right, but it's legally, they had the legal right to do it. And there's nothing we could do. There's nothing no one to say. So everybody in the YouTube community thought that the H3 case applies to this case. It doesn't. So get that out your mind. Any Let's Play is infringement. There's no transformative Let's Play videos out there that can use the fair use defense. That's just the way it works. So regardless if they gave us a license agreement to use their content on their website, if they want to revoke that license, they can, and there's nothing you or I can do about it, or PewDiePie. And that's the way the situation is. So be wary of how you use the content and how you look to the developers that let you use their content, because they are just being nice. Even though they are benefiting from you talking about their content, showing their content on your YouTube channel, giving your opinion about their content, and they get revenue sales for it, it does not matter. Because in the end, if they decide that they don't like you and they don't want you to be in a partnership no more with you, they can revoke your license, and that's the end of it. Now I know what you guys can say. What happens if you go to develop and you do a license agreement where they can't revoke your license? And even in those circumstances, it's still always a catch to it, because even though they sign a contract saying that they will not revoke your license regardless of how you use it or what you do with the content, they'll have a guideline where if you violate that guideline of the license, then they can revoke your license. So it all comes down to what you're allowed to do with their content. And because it's their content, you have to follow their rules. That's just the way it works. It's just like when you live in someone's house, you got to follow their rules because that's their house. That's their property. It's the same thing when it comes to content. And if you want a better example, here's a better example. I am a YouTube creator, and I need a new trailer for my channel. And I can't create a good trailer. And so I go through YouTube, and I find this dude that actually do YouTube trailers. And he does them really well. And I say, I email him and get a conversation going and say, hey, I'll pay you this amount of extra dollars for you to make a trailer for me. But if I don't write up a legal agreement stating once I pay for this content that he created for me, it's legally my content. If I don't do that and I pay him and wait for him to give me the content, if he decides not to give me that content because I said something negative about him or I made fun of him in a video or he thought that I was being derogatory towards him, he can deny me the content regardless if I pay for it or not, because I don't have any legal contract binding him to giving me that content, because without a legal agreement, he's still the owner of the content, regardless of what I say, regardless if I pay him money or not. If I have no legal documentation stating that I pay for all rights of the content, he can screw me over, and that's just the way it works. So in the end, guys, you have to be smart about how you use these licenses. So I'd like to know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that Campo Santo is being fair? Do you think they're morally wrong for doing this? Do you think they're going after him for no reason at all? Do you think PewDiePie is getting his just desserts? Do you think he's getting what he deserves? I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. And as always, hit that like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you love content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button to see more content like this. My name is D-Mac. You've been watching D-Mac's Mad Gaming. And I'm out. Talk to you guys later. Peace.